Okay. Yeah, you can try unmuting now. Okay, so I we got a message that Bhavik is struggling with internet today, and so yeah, let's play a team role now. If you guys have got a chance to go through the description, thank you. But if you have not, let me read it out for you. So this man, the speaker we have today is Burhanuddin Rashid, and this man is a software craftsman, an open source enthusiast, and Google developer expert for Flutter and Dart. He has been working on Android and Kotlin from past 5 years and exploring Flutter as well. He's a reader, movie freak, and a big-time Marvel fan. Game of Thrones as well, he was. He tries to learn and share his knowledge by writing blogs and speaking at conferences. So Bhavik has personally worked with this man. They both have worked in the same organization. And we team of Flutter Ahmedabad personally know him speaking at Google GDG Devfest mostly. This man has a lot of humor. That's why I mentioned that this man has got all this swag that a speaker needs to stay the stage. So yeah, again, we're already late and it's 11:11. Not eating much time of yours, passing on the entire stage and screen to speaker today. And yeah, are you ready?
Yeah.
Buran, are you ready? Can you take over?
Yes, I'm ready. Yeah, sure.
Great. Okay, so over to you guys. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, so let me present my screen. Okay. Yeah, so is it visible now? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, let me start this one. So today we are going to talk about enhancing your skills and career using the power of open source. So we'll be talking about this throughout, and based on my experience, what I have done in past and what I have seen, I'll be sharing my experience here and my own opinions here. So there might be some points you might agree, and there might be some point you won't be agreeing to it. So yeah, so my name is Burhanuddin Rashid, and let's start it. Let's start with what is open source. What is the basic definition of open source? So if we ask someone what is open source, they will basically say it's free. It's free. Free का source code मिल रहा है वो open source है. But most of the day will say this, but the reality is not that. Let's see what is the actual definition of open source, which is freely available publicly. Anyone can access it, the source code, and it's free. Second one is distributed and modify. This is also the important aspect of open source, that anybody can take that project and modify it accordingly. And if they need, they can contribute to that project. And it is not mandatory that they have to contribute it anyway. And the third thing is community coming together, which is my favorite part of this, because you get a chance to build a community around your project, get together people of same mindset and same idea which you are sharing, and building a team is a very challenging task. And if you are able to do this, then you can do better job at what you do. If I ask someone to do open source, first reaction they would be key, if it's free, I won't be able to do it. So I just want to let people know that developers should realize that contributing to open source should not perceive as a free work. Rather, it must be perceived as adding value to our professional self as well as our professional community. I got this from some random guy from the internet, and I'm just putting right here. Also, it's just not free anymore. So GitHub has a sponsoring feature which allows your project to get sponsors and all that. Currently, so just join the waitlist, and whenever it's available, you can also be a part of this. And you can also get sponsor. You can get paid, or you can pay anyone to work on open source project. So let's start with why it's important, because we must know why it's necessary. If we don't know, then it doesn't matter what we do. So let me start with my story, how I started contribution in Ombudsman. What was the motivation behind me? So this is the image of GDD India, happened on 2018 December. So this was my first event where I attended as a uh, as a developer. So before that, I haven't attended any meetup. So I was just thinking that I am a rockstar developer myself, because I haven't introduced to the community, and I can whatever I am doing is the best thing in the world. But when I went there, I saw around 4 to 5 thousand developers there, and then I realized that I'm just a small part of that crowd. People are doing amazing job apart from their work. They are contributing to open source, they are writing blogs, and they were just discussing their ideas they want to build, and I was just standing there looking at that. Whatever I have thought is not the way it is. So at that time I realized that I need to somehow have the impact in the community. I want to build a community or be a part of community, and just I want to show my work, what I have built. From that day onwards, I decided that whatever I build, I will try to get some part of that code and make it open source, so that it can help others. So this was the code lab there. Everything was full. I was the last person. I was just standing outside there, and then I realized at that this point of time that I'm just a small part of it. I have to do something which showcase my work. So apart from this is my story. Apart from that, the really benefit of open source are the best practices you will get. So if you start contributing to the open source, you will know what is the best practices been followed. If you are working as a student, then you can start it right away. And if you are working as a developer working in a company, then you might be having some standard way of doing stuff. But if you do open source, you get a chance to explore some other stuff, how other developers are working, how other teams are working, and what are the best practices depending on project to project and all that. Also, you get a chance to work with professional developers you won't get in your company. I mean, in your company there will be a professional developers, but outside that, I mean, like if you want to get connected with the developers working in Google, Facebook, and all that, so it's a good chance to start it in open source, and you can get connected with them. You also get a good feedback, whatever you're trying to build, whether it's correct or not, you or whether it can be done in a better way, you will get a feedback very easily. Because if when you put your code in open, people will be commenting out that this can be done in this way. You can enhance your performance, clean code, good practice, and all that. You can get feedback in a form of issues and PR. So people can create issues, like if you build something and you don't have enough time to test it, just put it in open source. People might create issue, use it, and might create issue for it. So it will be helpful for you. And people might interested to add a feature to your open source project, so they can send also a PR request, and you can also send PR request to other people. Other important reason to be have a in open source is to build your idea. If you have something in mind which you have dusting in your to-do list, and it hasn't seen the day of the light, but this is the great opportunity to build that thing. As Sunny mentioned, that some of the big projects, like big project open source project idea, are like Linux, Android, Git, and if you see in current situation, it is Kotlin. Kotlin is also open source, and Flutter is also open source. So that's just a very big idea of it. It can grow in that manner. But if you have a simple idea, you just can start building it. Other thing is that it helps to build your reputation. Reputation doesn't mean any specific number. The reputation will be built based on your contribution in the community, in the way which you help the community. So basically, how do you help people? How do you motivate people? How do you impact your people? Will create your reputation. But if you want to measure a reputation of a open source project, you can basically see the number of issues they have, number of stars, numbers of PR folks, but the important aspect to see a reputation of project is how long has it been maintained. So there are projects which has been created and then abandoned and nobody knows what's going to happen. So just check whether the project is the reputation of the project will measure how recent it has been maintained. So just keep checking the last commit it was made on the project, so it will allow you to understand how long has this project has been maintained. Another thing, there is in IT industry we may usually look for a job, but if you have a good open source project, people will be looking for you, because the best way to understand anyone skill in a programming is just by seeing their code. So if you have open source project, then the recruiter or whatever the hiring committee will be, it will be easy for them to analyze what you can do through code. So instead of you looking for a job, people will be looking for you. And basically feeling of pride, if you contribute something which help people and if you get motivated, it will give you a positive energy, and positive energy is very good for your health and career. Anything positive energy is good for it. It will give motivation to give to do more in the community and help people more. So this is the tweet by Chuki Chen, which is a regular reminder. If you like someone works, be a blog post, talk, drawing, or anything, tell them the negative people are too vocal. Please balance with love. Now we know the importance. Now, what do we need to do an open source project? The first thing is passion. If you should be passionate about programming and helping the community. Like basically, programming is the thing you should love do day in day out. It should not be forced upon or something like that. I won't talking much about passion because it will be a whole philosophical talk. Then I just want to share that if anyone has seen movie Tamasha, then you might understand, because when I went to see that movie with my friend, half of the people didn't understand what it was actually. So it was more about passion, and this is the quote which I like from the movie, which is एक हीरो था, उसने बहुत मेहनत की, पढ़ाई की, इंजीनियरिंग की, उसके बाद फिर नौकरी की, फिर वो नौकरी करते करते मर गया, पसंद नहीं एंडिंग तो बदल दो. So this is basically about following your passion. So yeah. Beyond 8 hours. So basically, you need to work more than 8 hours, not in the current company, basically because the current company have a 8-hour fixed task to do, and you have to do in that 8 hours time. This is basically taking time out from your regular job and doing this contribution, all that. So I'm not I'm not encouraging you to work more than 8 hours in your current office. Just work 8 hours or whatever the given hours in your company, and beyond that you need to spare some time to do this community and help. So basically what I suggest is just take 1 hour for a day each, and maybe you can start with 15 minutes per day and just go till to the 1 hour per day. So take your 1 hour in your day to just do contribution or help the community. The best time which I personally found is early in the morning, because no one is there to distract you, and there will be a calm environment and no distraction. You can very much be focused and work on it. Yeah, so that is. So you might be thinking that if it is important, it's giving so much benefit, then why not everyone is doing it? Because there are several reasons, because people don't contribute to open source. So there are something which stops us to do that. The number one is fear. Basically, people think that if they push their code open to the public, then people will judge their code. This is bad, this is wrong, it should not be like that. ये code सही नहीं and all that. Because we all know that दुनिया का सबसे बड़ा रोग क्या कहेंगे लोग. So whatever we post on public forum, we just get fear that people will judge for it. I personally, before starting open source, the only thing to come a fear is just to face it. I mean, whatever fear you have to face it, and you will just realize that it is not a fear anymore. Like a Batman was fear for a bat, and he just become a Batman to just get a fear. before I starting open source, I started contributing to Stack Overflow. So as we know that before before 6 or 7 years, Stack Overflow rating system was very strict. Like if you put some comment which is not valuable, put some answer, people will downvote you, and if you get a specific number of downvote, then your account will be blocked. So I was in a fear that if I give a wrong answer, or if my answer is not correct, my account will be blocked. So the only way to overcome that fear is just answer it anyway, because you can create multiple account. If one account is blocked, you can create another and just learn from the last wrong thing you did and just improve it on doing it. And fortunately, nothing happened. I just posted answer, no upvotes, no downvotes, nothing happened. And then I keep doing it and improving it. And finally, I was able to come over my fear at that time. So just do it. I mean, just post it, whatever your code you have, make it public. Don't get fear of that. Like Sandeep Maheshwari always say, "Aasan hai," but it's not that easy. Basically, to be honest, it take real guts to do that. So it's not easy. I understand, but you have to do it anyway. The second reason which I get is I don't have time. So when I join any company, or I meet any new developer, I just encourage them to contribute to open source, or just help the community. So the first answer I get is I don't have time. So basically, I want to tell everyone that you have time. It's just about the priority. What is your priority currently right now? Do you want to spend most of the time doing other stuff, or you would want to prioritize something to improve your professional self? So I understand people have time. People need to spend time with their family, friends, and colleague. But I mean, at least you can get some time to work on it. Like what I usually do is whatever I spend time on entertainment or family stuff, I spend half of the time in growing my skills. Let's say I watch a movie on a Netflix for 2 hours, then I'll spend 1 hour for doing something which will grow my skill, or I will just contribute to open source. The third one is my contribution won't make that difference. People usually say that there are so many developers out there. If I do a small bug fix, I won't get any recognition. What difference does it make? This is the same mentality which, voting, the voters mentality is. Like if you ask someone to just vote for it, they will say that मेरे वोट से क्या होगा? I mean, इंडिया में 130 करोड़ लोग एक वोट नहीं देगा तो क्या चलेगा? But there will be a magnificent impact on that, because like in open source, if you are contributing, if you are doing something, then nobody has done that before. You are the first person of doing it. So whatever you are doing, it will significantly impact that project. Whether it will be a small change or big change, but it will make definitely a difference. Now, how do I get started? You can get started with GitHub. Basically, it's a social coding. It's like a Facebook for programmers. You can you can just post anything. You can comment and all that. You can star folk and all. So basically, I would encourage before you start. I mean, you can start with the GitHub, but learn Git first, because it's a basic version control system which you will be using in every type of project. So learn Git, and then you will be able to understand GitHub better. And yeah, so, and if you want to start the contribution part, the best way to do is start with documentation. If you are just a new or a student there, and if you don't know how to contribute it, how the code part works, and you want to contribute anyway, just start with documentation, because honestly, many people are lazy about writing a documentation, and there will be a lot of lacking documentation in open source projects. So you can just start what you can add to that documentation, just create a PR. Believe me, everyone with the documentation PR will accept it. The chances of acceptance are very high, because it takes time to write documentation. There was a PR in my open source project which were just having my typos and grammatical mistake. I just someone did, and it was really helpful for my project. So it was just a README changes, nothing else, no code, nothing else. It was just a documentation. So the easy way to start is with the documentation. Also, if you are building a project, then just be careful. I mean, be what you can say. Be careful about README, because don't just leave the README as a blank. It's basically a welcome mat for your project. If somebody is coming on your project, README is the first place where people will see what the project do. So keep your README concise and very easy to start with. It should not have like 10 to 15 step to set up your project or set up your library. It should be just give a basic minimum step, 1 or 2 step, and what your project does and how it does. Just put that on README, and most of the people will understand it and start using it. I have seen many good projects without any README, and they didn't get that much recognition, because just people come to that page and see that nothing is there and just leave that project right there. So README is one of the sign that your project is of a good quality. I mean, they want the developers to understand what their project is all about. So just make your README beautiful. That's what I can say. If you are building in mobile apps and all that, just put a screenshot or GIF on the README what it basically does, and it will help developer to understand better. Build sample app and distribute library. Basically, in your company, you might be building some sample app to learn anything, any new stuff, basically a R&D kind of stuff. And if you are done with that, just post it to the GitHub that I was doing this, and people will just see and maybe give you a feedback that this is the better way to do it. And if you are building a library, just use some distribution platform. Like for Android, we use Maven. For web, you can use npm and all that. So it will be easy to get started with your library. It should not be something clone the repository in your project first, then add as a module, and it will consume a lot of time. So it's better you distribute your library, so it will be easy for other developers to get started with. Fix bugs or add feature to your project. If you are working in a company, then you might be using many open source projects. So there will be a scene. There is no open source project which is 100% bug free. So there will be always bugs there. So you might be encountered that bug 1 or 2 times in those library, and if you are able to fix it, then you can just create a PR for it. And if you see that there is a project but they are lacking some feature which you need, and if you are creating that feature, and you can also that make work around your project, then you can also contribute back those feature to the maintainer in the form of PR. So this is my what to do app built in Flutter. So basically it's a clone of Todoist app, creating tasks and all that. So this is a how to contribute guide, and if you are working on a Flutter, then you can contribute to this feature as well, because I am looking for editable project label and task, deletable project label, comment description and task. So if you find anything which you can contribute to, all the PRs are welcome, and I will be happy to merge. So this is for a Flutter, and this is for Android. This was my first library which I published. So it got it grows. I didn't expect to grow that much. So currently it has around 2,000 star on the GitHub. And honestly, for now, since it's grown so much, it's become very hard for me alone to maintain this library. So I will be really happy to have some helping hand on this library. And if you there is a saying, if you say something and if people doesn't believe, like if I'm saying that this app has grown very huge, and if someone is not believing, just show them charts. So this is the chart one. It has around 2 lakh downloads. This is another chart. This is one more pie chart, and this is a world map where how my library has been using throughout the world. Now the second last part is the spread the word. So basically you have created a project, you have done everything. Now if you are just sitting in a room and waiting that your project will get recognition and happen, you have to spread the word. You have to tell people that you have created something, just use it and give feedback to. Because most of the time people think that if I am sharing something, then people will say that I am showing off my work and all that. So just don't think in that manner. Basically, work is your work. This is, you can taken as a marketing or selling perspective. If you have given something, how do you market and sell it? You can learn that from this, how to spread a word, how to get people on your project, and how to sell into the market. So just spread the word. Anyway, use social media. So social media is a blessing and curse both. If you know how to use it right, it's a blessing. So use it wisely. Just share your work. I mean, whatever you are doing, share your opinion about your work. If someone is looking for the same problem you are, just share it there. I believe it's my personal thing that instead of show your work on social media, don't show off your life. This is what basically I think of a social media. Answering question, if you find the same problem is someone having, just answer that question and just add your GitHub link or whatever your open source project link to them. So it will get more attraction because someone is having the same problem and you have already have a solution for that. Meetups, it's a great way to network, but since we are in a situation that we cannot meet people online, we are just doing everything remotely. So even remotely we can meet, and if we are, after everything settle it down, there will be face-to-face meetup also. So you have a good chance to network with people. The GDD India, which I went there, it's kind of a big meetup. So where people are sharing their ideas, discussing their project and all that. So it's a good way to build a network and also share your projects and whatever work you are doing. And the last one is take care of yourself. So sometimes what happened that if you started contributing to project and it started to grow so much that you get involved in so much that sometimes you forget to take care of yourself. In that, the first is imposter syndrome. So basically, imposter syndrome is nothing but questioning your worthiness. So basically, you question yourself whether you are worthy enough to do this. Like if you are building some Android application, you will be thinking of yourself whether I'm good at Android or not. Someone is doing way more better than me, and I don't know nothing about that. So just don't get that imposter syndrome onto you. Basically, you can't learn everything. Learn as what you need. It's like this Don Felker tweet sums it up that you can't learn it all. Learn what you need when you need it. Don't let the weight of what you don't know crush you. Learn, execute, rinse, wash, repeat. Also, you don't have to know each tool and library out there because there are so many and you can't learn everything at all. So just learn while you are in a need of that. So it will be more helpful in that. Get enough sleep. So this is the thing which I missed out in the initial phase when my project started to grow. People were filing so many issues, so many PR requests. So I was just thinking that I have to fix this as soon as possible because nobody wants unhappy developer. So I was just fixing those issues, fixing those, reviewing those PR, accepting it, and all that stuff. So at that time, I was not getting enough sleep. So just there are books written on it that why you need sleep, why it's good for your health and productivity. I usually find 7 to 8 hours sleep, average 7 to 8 hours sleep is manageable for me. It varies person to person. Some need 6 hours, some 9 hours, whatever your time is. Just take that time of sleep, which will help you to boost your productivity. If you don't do that, then it will go inversely proportional. It will impact, in productivity in a negative way. You won't be able to focus, and if you are able to focus somehow, you might be doing something wrong, or basically you won't be able to focus properly. So basically, who is your life partner? Your wife, your children, your parents, your friends? No, it's your body. Take care of your body. Everything else will come along. This also applies in the current situation. Just take care of yourself. Take care of your body. Everything will come along. The last one is basically burnout. This is not just related companies and whatever most of the jobs we do, we just burn out. So basically, what burnout is basically doing more work than your brain is supposed to do. So beyond your brain capacity, if you do work, it gives you burnout. So please don't do that. And if you are facing this burnout issue, I have been also part of this burnout. I have experienced this. I have worked so much that for a few days I was not able to work at all. So the best way to do is just talk to, I find myself is just talk to someone that you are feeling in this way. Just take a break for a few days and then just get back onto the work. If you are facing this in your current company or in your job, just talk to your boss that you are feeling this way, because you won't able to give a good output if you are feeling burnout. So yeah, basically this was it. Thank you. And yeah, just introducing myself again. I just want to introduce full introduction in last, because people who still remain at last will definitely check on you. So I just believe that I want to introduce myself fully in last. So my name is Burhan Rashid, and I'm a Google developer expert in Flutter, and I've been working on mobile development, Android and Kotlin for past 5 years. So this is my Twitter handler, Burhan Rashid 52. It works on Twitter, GitHub, and I think pretty much all the social media. And this is my website. I have written a blog post on this. You can check on this my website, and there are also other stuff about Android and Kotlin, so you can check on that. So if you have any question, please do let me know.
So thank you, Burhan, and I request everyone to post their questions here, or they can speak up right now, because we have open Q&A and open discussion. So for a few minutes, and yeah. So Burhanuddin, how did you become Google developer expert? Because there are many Flutter developers who are contributing to Flutter and the developer community, and they always have this question. So for a start. Am I audible? Okay. Looks like Burhan is not, and yeah. So why don't you come in, people, if you want to discuss anything?
I'm just going through chat if I can find any question.
Okay, I thought you left the chat, left the meet. So we have Dhrumil. I don't know if Dhrumil is still here. He is also a Flutter developer expert. Sorry, Google developer expert for Flutter. And you can ask any kind of questions, and if you are facing any issues.
I have one query.
Bhavik, your audio is very low. We are barely able to hear you.
Now?
Yeah, now it is good. Speak up.
Okay. So I have one query, not a query, but like kind of feeling I have. Like
speak louder. Very sorry, but you have to speak.
Okay.
Much louder.
Okay, I have a query. It's not like a query, but a kind of a feeling I have since like a 6 or 7 months. Maybe you have also seen like I'm not openly contributing in the community or over GitHub. So what is happening right now? So I do got some ideas, but like when I see some people are doing some amazing stuff in Flutter, as I say, uh, like a Devin or Robert or Rodi. I just feel like if I'm gonna open source something, is not maybe that helpful for the people, and is the reason I just don't open source it or I just don't work on it. This is the feeling I have actually, right now from the like past 6 months or 7 months.
Yeah,
It's kind of a
Burhanuddin.
FOMO, you can say that.
I totally understand. But the thing is that everyone have their own experience, their own way of exploring stuff, and own way of doing things. So, like, there are thousand to-do apps already. But if you want to build a to-do app, you can do it. But it can be in your own way. So there will be something different about you every time you do something. So people will learn something from you, even if it's the same thing, like like the same thing, but done in a different way. So yeah, like I there were a lot of to do apps already there, but what I try to do is I try to create a clone of some other app which has nobody done it, so it was useful for that. So, and it's the same with the writing blog also. Like people also say that if I want to write something, it's already there out there. There are so many blogs. If you like talk about widgets and co-routines and Kotlin exam, people say that there are already good blog posts out there. But I personally feel that writing a blog is like you're documenting your personal experience, how you have come upon that stuff, and how did you explore it. So, and you can write your experience in that blog post, so it will definitely stand out from other blog post or other open source project.
Perfect. I will try to like post some of my project after that. I do have.
So, like, I would like to say something on this point.
Yes, go
Uh,
on.
yeah, so I think probably every developer will get this feeling whether his work, like whether he should publish his work or not, and people kind of relate it to any syndrome. But the thing is, it's actually a good thing as well. If, unless until if you don't overdo it. So I think this is the thing which kind of helped me grow. So every time I do something, make something, or either push a code, I always think more than twice whether it is good or not, how it's going to help others. So I know lots of startups are there, lots of people are there building their apps without even thinking whether it's going to help others or not, or whether it will be any useful or not. Yeah, like if you are learning from it, that's fine. There's no hard in doing, like there's no harm in doing that. But at the same time, getting this feeling whether is it really a good work or not, it's actually a good thing, so that you can really work on your work and you can really think whether how it's going to be helpful and how you can increase the worth of your project.
I see one question by Ravi. Which one is the most useful platform according to you for contributing toward community, GitHub repo, blog writing, video creation, LinkedIn post, public speaking, or anything else? So I basically prefer GitHub or Stack Overflow first, because this is something you do on day-to-day basis. I mean, this is the most of the part you spend it. So it's easy to write code for any project and answer any question related to that code. Writing blog, it's for first time it's very difficult to start, because writing require a different kind of skill set. Definitely you can do it, but improving writing takes, my personal take on this, it's take slower time. I mean, it will take you have to learn step by step about writing. Video creation and public speaking are mostly related to each other. Like, if you are good at speaking, like if you are good at presenter, I mean, then it would be very easy for you to create any video or public speaking. So basically it depends on person to person, but from a programmer standpoint, I feel that GitHub and Stack Overflow is the one of the easiest way apart from all this to start with.
So thank you, Burhan. And I see many new faces joining this time. So I want to request all of you who directly joined from Meetup link, Google Meets link. You may want to join our Flutter Ahmedabad group on meetup.com. We'll be posting the recording links soon, and also whenever we plan the future meets, you'll get a notification. Okay, so this is awkwardly
for them
silent.
again. We do answer advances.
What are you saying, Poonam?
Yeah,
Okay. So I want to hear from.
Burhan to say it again. What was that? I open source said. We said something like that. Huh?
Sorry?
The liner. Something at the start of the presentation. Open source. The way you defined open source.
Achha.
The ones who joined recently.
Oh, the free one. Okay.
The free one.
Yeah,
The
basically,
beginning of open source. How you defined it?
it's free.
फ्री है तो मुझसे नहीं होगा.
So we do care for you guys.
ऐसा कुछ.
We don't. It was something like that. I heard it halfly, partially.
Okay.
Which is free, that is open source. So how you defined open source basically, especially for the lead joiners.
Basically, I feel that sharing your personal experience in a form of code and just building a community together around it. So that's just what I see.
You're playing smart now. You're playing smart now.
No, I say a lot of stuff. I just don't remember it.
Okay,
So
okay, but I won't poke you much.
No, I really don't remember it. What was the word? I don't know.
So
Guys, मैं देसी भाषा में बोलूँ तो सर ने कुछ ऐसा कहा था कि जो फ्री का है ओपन सोर्स है.
अच्छा, okay. So
it's a blessing actually. Yeah, go ahead.
we have 24 people here. So I want to hear from you guys. What are you building openly? If you are doing any side projects or anything you have done recently or are actively building, if you want to share anything, you can speak up right now.
I would like to say like how actually open source helps me to enhance my career.
Yeah, go ahead.
Like, yeah, so before Flutter and after Flutter, you can say that. Okay, so before Flutter, like I was a part of Udacity scholarship, one of the scholarship that Google and Udacity provided combined, and like from that, from scholarship, I have learned how to contribute. Like, yeah, there is a thing like open source contribution and GitHub and so on. So you can contribute them there. So I have started from that, but and then I have seen like Budhan and like Keval Patel, one of my colleagues. They were they were the kind of a superhero for me. Like they were doing extreme stuff, Stack Overflow and GitHub. So I like by looking on them, like I also started. And by that time, me and Burhan had learned about Flutter. And so firstly Burhan started, and then I started contributing in learning Flutter, and I started actively open sourcing projects on Flutter. Okay. So as the Flutter was new at the time, and it's still new, but yeah, like 2 years ago, it was not that popular. So I started building some repositories that are now popular, and is the reason some of the clients. I actually got the interviews. I don't have to talk about much about myself, as my profile speaks a lot. My work speaks a lot. So I just have to. They know who is me, like who is Bhavik Kuwala. They don't much like. It actually helps me. And one of my client who actually from freelance was wanted to work me only with me. He has like really good bits, but he just wanted to work with me because he liked my profile. He liked my work on GitHub. So that way, like GitHub and open sourcing helped me a lot, enhance my career, and now I earn in Europe because of that. I don't have. I would not say I don't have that much skill, but yeah, it's a part of your career. You can say that. Side projects helps you a lot. Yeah, that's it.
So I see few people commenting. Shivam Srivastav has built something, as I recently saw his post. What are you building, Shivam? Can you speak something about it?
Hello. Yeah, hi.
Hi.
So I have recently I'm not used to work on the open source project. So I have listened many of the talks that you guys hosted before, I think. So I worked on this open source project so that everyone can use. It's a single good project. That is, everything is built on the Flutter, and you can make a desktop app, Chrome app, PWA, and mobile app, and you can and it's connected with the Firebase.
So I can see your repo right now, and so your app right now works on all the platforms, right?
Yes,
Mobile,
yes.
desktop, web with Flutter.
Yes.
Okay, and you are using Firebase for data, right?
Firebase as a REST API because desktop version was not available. So I
Okay.
used the Firebase REST API directly.
Hmm.
So I would like all of your reviews because this is my first project I have open source type. So I want what can be improved or something. I'm not used to making open source project like this.
Okay.
So
Okay, why don't you post something about it? Okay, you have posted it here, and also post it on Twitter and let us know.
I would appreciate if experts would do some comments on this.
Yeah, we'll check it out, right? And Khushbu, what are you building? You are trying to build a player. How the work is going right now? I mean, is it working, or are you facing something? Because Burhan and Bhavik and we have Android experts. Khushbu, are you here? Yeah. So we have Android experts. Rashid is already actively working with Android and Flutter. And Bhavik is ex-Android expert, so you can get help if you are.
Khushbu, you are an inspiration to me. Go ahead.
Yes. I'm just currently Exoplayer is one of the greatest library in Google, developed by Google. So I'm just trying to modify that library with the required client. So it's not open source, but I'm trying to contribute as a open. I'm trying to convert into open source and want there some modification which is which I face difficulty in modification. So it's ongoing process right now, but we'll share in some of the days. I think so.
Okay.
It's available in Android. I didn't find any for library like Exoplayer in Flutter. I'm going to search that too.
Are you saying you are trying to port Android's video player library to Flutter, right?
Yes, but not searching for the library, but not. It's already developed in Android, but not in Flutter currently.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah,
Okay,
that's true, because currently there are no, advanced level of player library in Flutter. So there is just a video player which just do a basic video playing, play, pause, and all that, seek per and all. But if you want an exo player type of customization, you won't be getting that into Flutter, because the player integration is mostly dependent on the hardware, what kind of hardware it is. So it is built up upon that. So Exoplayer is basically for Android, and the similar kind of stuff will be very much different in iOS. So to combine all those and building a Flutter app, it would be quite challenging.
Yes,
You have to go platform channel.
I done some R&D on that. I just think that I will do after first. Hello.
yes, you are audible.
You're audible. Go ahead. You're audible.
Okay, looks okay. You are audible, Khushbu. You can continue.
Hello.
Okay, looks like Khushbu is facing some trouble with
Yeah.
Currently, I'm working on
Okay.
in like only. So just once I finish that stuff, then I will start to work on trying to work on a Flutter also, like this type of library.
Okay, right. Keep us posted with your work on Twitter and elsewhere. And thank you for speaking up. And I can see few other chats.
By the way,
Yes, Divanshu.
yeah. By the way, if anyone has not seen the Vue.js documentation, not documentation, the documentary, just go ahead and see it. It's a really great example how you can build the open source project and earn at the same time. So even you, the founder, the creator of Vue.js, like he started working as a part-time open source project, and then he kind of make it as a full-time job by using Patreon platform. So if you haven't seen it, just see it on the YouTube, the Vue.js documentary. It's really nice.
So I'm posting that right now. What Divyanshu mentioned, Vue.js documentary, how the project came in existence. So yeah. Okay, Khushbu, can you turn off your mic?
Yeah, guys. If you can have your muted.
While you're not
Twitter
speaking.
experience. Yeah. Yes.
So there is a comment by Sagar Bagsaria, and he's doing something interesting. He's trying to implement QR code scanner on Flutter Web. So I'm really curious about how were you able to implement it? I mean, how is camera support on web, Sagar?
Thank you guys for sharing this platform. Let me share my thoughts. Like it is already implemented before 2 months ago, but today I just come to know that this session we will be going to going open source and people will help because I just have just repository and I don't have any repo for that. So let me discuss. Like one app will be coming to me that QR code will be implemented on Android and iOS side. I have to implement on Flutter Web. So basically, Flutter Web is all about Dart.html package. So we need to conditionally compile. Like if Dart.html, then we have to conditionally compile to our Flutter Web code. And if we have Dart.io, that is basically for Dart native. Then we have to show our code for Android or iOS. So basically, conditionally compiling will help us. And the Zinc library of I hope all the know like Zinc library is very much common for the QR code scanning and all. For QR code scan for web, we need to just open web camera from like window object of the document, and then get the access of that camera, and we'll pass it to the like Zinc library of JavaScript, and that bridge we have to make, and we'll be exporting that bridge functionality like from our plugin to Flutter Web. So basically, what we need to do if the device is Android or iOS or native, like we can say Flutter native, then Dart.io will be help us. Dart.io will be if we don't need any if condition, like if device is Android, iOS, or like we need to check like whatever the platform like Dart.io, then the code for Android and iOS. If Dart.html, then our JavaScript compilation code will be there. So basically, it is already complement. It's already complement, and I am going to share this plugin with you and the community.
Okay, we'll be very happy to look at that plugin you make, and please share that on Twitter or Meetup whenever you make it public.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Sure. Thank you so much, Sagar. Thank you, Sagar. Thank you, Divyanshu. Thank you for the insights. We really ask that the kind of work that you guys have put in so far and contributed in the community and in the specific technology that you guys are working in. If you have already posted it on your social media, we would ask you to repost it for the audience. Currently, we have joined in session because we really feel this would be helpful for them. So you can just repost it on your social media and individually tag us so that we can retweet them as well. So we can just spread that thanks. Continuing the chain that Burhan said, repost, share, and spread. I think that's what we really need. If that's what we can do, we are good enough. Okay, thank you so guys. Thanks for the inputs and thanks for the comments and some great questions. Wow. Like it's so easy to be so vulnerable to the strange audience and to tell them that when I was first time attending GDZ workshop or an event, I was feeling like a rock star. I'm the best because it's not so easy to speak about it. But as man said, I forgot this man has learned in his own way, exactly the way he presented himself. And we have a lot to learn, but again, we do not have entire to keep him engaged with us. So thank you, Burhan. Thank you so much for joining us. Thank you for being your Sunday, and thank you people for joining us as well. Because we all know that we don't get any benefit after the attend by organizing the events and all, but all what we get is that satisfaction of being and spreading things all around. And that's how the people as well we get, like speakers like him, who has done a lot, who equally excited and so privileged to share well. Fortunate enough that we can let you guys serve something. We can serve as well. So wow, thank you so much. Thank you, Burhan.
Thank
Burhan,
you.
do you want to share how you started? How you
Thank-
started? How was your open source entry?
Open source entry, I basically already mentioned that when I went to that event, I realized that something is I'm missing about it. I mean, I just a small part of crowd and I just want to show something. So I started open source on that part. Apart from that, the other stuff which I do, which is basically Stack Overflow, blog and speaking, that was something different reason I started all together, because those were the things some people said to me that I won't be able to do it. So in just that anger, I started doing
Check
it.
them up. You're amazing. Check them up.
So basically the Stack Overflow stuff, the public speaking and writing blogs. Basically the writing blog was something I was explaining to my colleague that this problem can be solved in this manner. So he was little bit giving a weird expression that no, this can't be, and how this guy know this can be done. And that time I thought that if this guy doesn't know how does it solve, then there will be many people who don't know. And in that frustration, I wrote a blog in a one day, I guess, and then posted.
Wow.
And if you read that blog, you will see that the English is so bad that it's very hard to form a sentence, but you will get the idea what I'm trying to say. So basically that's what gave attention to people that this is how the problem can be solved, and then I started writing blogs and all.
Okay, so I just tried to summarize what all the session was. A part of the technical thing, you acknowledge what you have learned, you acknowledge what you know, and you acknowledge that enthusiasm that you have that I want to tell this to someone. If you are not so confident and not so extrovert, tell one people, tell one person, tell two, tell three, but take the feedback. Continuously taking the feedback and improve continuously, improve positively. Because कुछ तो लोग करेंगे, लोगों का काम है, people will do that because it's free. It's free to talk and people will talk. So you just need to take the positive things from it and then keep on doing it. You will get the GDG crowd like the way this man got. And then you're all over the seventh sky. But again, keep sharing, because sharing is something that will give you the immense satisfaction that none other task can give you.
Yeah, true.
Right, wonderful. So we have a lot of people who talk about it. Like when you start writing, you get open feedback. When you start speaking, then only you realize that no, you are wrong. You can improve this thing. Because till the time you are into yourself, you cannot really get improvement. You cannot really get that because you think you're best. You're doing the best. When you come out of your and then when you start trying, then you realize, okay, no, this is something I need to work on it, and I need to work on for myself, for my company, for the community I'm working in. That's what we need to. That's what we need to sense, and we need to take it very serious. Because currently the era is not like that. College में हो, पढ़ाई कर ली, campus आ गया, placement हो गया, job लग गई. Currently, people are getting opportunities from nowhere. Twitter might give you the interview option. Every person you meet, even on road, the company doesn't need a vacancy to hire one good human resource. You can be hired by a good company anytime. It's just that you need to be ready with that content that you need to present in the company. For that, you might need to have that soft skill, but you need to have the technical things as well, because सिर्फ बातें करने से काम नहीं होता है.
I mean,
Great.
basically, I say I like this quote and I have put it in my wall there. You are what you do, not what you say you do. Basically,
Right, exactly. The action speaks the loudest
yeah.
voice. Yes, great. Drumil couldn't stay with us. I just wanted to take his inputs as well, but that's fine. We have Burhan and we have the crowd. My team is genius, I think. My team has always great things to talk about. If I ask Sunny to say, how did you start it, Sunny? When your entry in open source? Mm-hmm. Okay. मैं भी हूँ. मैं भी हूँ. Okay, nice. Basically, some of you might be a start away, I guess. What do you think, Burhan? They're just a start away to learn and to really improve. Need to kickstart that.
Yeah.
We so Praful, you got your answer. Any good to start open source projects for native Android? You got your answer, Praful? I think someone answered you with some links as well. So I believe you got your food for the day. I guess then he is satisfied then. Let's just assume he's satisfied with his question. Okay, great. Burhan, any additional message if you have for the audience? We currently have 22 and we would be uploading this session as well. So yeah, there will be unlimited crowd who will be listening out to you. Do you have any message for them that how if they are stuck somewhere, they are struggling somewhere in their career, confused that what they need to do? Because I see 50% of them, the people we get an audience in Meetup, are some way they've just started working or they are just recently fresh graduates. So do you have any message for them that how they can figure out what they need to do in their career? What would be the thing? Because IT is something which is always downward. You don't know what will last longer. So do you have any message for them that how you can figure out what career path you need to go to? Basically, specific to technology things, open source, which technology to choose with and to go ahead.
Yeah, I basically think that people get most of the time confused with what to do. Yeah. I just try another way around. Just try to figure out what not to do. If you found out that, then you will have a specific idea what to do. Like there will be a lot of language out there, a lot of tech stack. If you just find out that this is not a thing you want to do, it will give you a conclusion that yeah, this is definitely something which I want to do. Like if you don't know what to do, I just get an example. If you don't know what to do, try everything at a 1 month at a time. At the end of the year, you will know 12 things not to do. So it will give you a clear idea. I mean, because and the other way is that just try it out. I mean, whatever you're thinking, just do it. You will know that it will be better for you or not. It will be just by doing it. I mean, assumption and all those things will be get clear up when you do things.
Okay, so we got another genius in marketing saying कि पहले कचरा साफ करो, अच्छी चीजें खुद दिख जाएगी.
Yeah, okay. Basically that.
Interesting, great. Okay, so yeah, I think this would be good enough for them to figure out and filter what they want to do. Open source is something really blessing, I count, which allows you a freedom to put on the work, to let everyone know that what you are doing and contribute your thoughts. If you are not good at entire product development, you go start with one scratch, you scratch it more, you improvise, you crisp it more, and then you put it all again. Great, wonderful. Great. Let me just scan through the question answer again if we have any additional one for you, and then we can bid you goodbye. We started a bit late, but we again ended up gathering a good crowd. And again, for the ones who are asking for the session recording, we do have that. We are recording it for you and we'll be putting it right away after the meetup. We won't keep you for long wait, for sure. We promise that. And additionally, like every time we do, hi Kanksha, hi Ayush, hi Bharat, hi Bhavik, hi Banti, hi Dharmendra. Thank you guys for joining. Hi Deepak, Hardik, Jai, Karan, Khushbu. Khushbu, thanks for the contribution again. Thanks for speaking up. Hi Kishan, hi Krunal, hi Sagar. Hi Sagar again. Hi Shivam. Thanks for speaking up again, guys. Hi Shreys and hi Vishal. Thank you for joining. We hope you guys are having a good Sunday because this man has added a lot for you to think, to work, and to rebrush it. So this would be really helpful, I believe. And catch us on Flutter Ahmedabad Twitter handle. Catch him on there on his Twitter handle. I'm sorry, fumbling. Don't know why. Okay, so catch his scan through his website and the contribution this man has done so far. This would be really helpful, I believe, because the things that he himself spoke about has a lot to know, has a lot to explore in it, because technology is never ending like a small line or a crisp line. It has a lot. As more you dive, more you learn and more you explore. Okay, I don't think we have any question. We are quite good to wrap up. And do you guys have any message? Any questions for the last time? You guys have any questions? Quickly write in the chat box and I'll take it up. I repeat again, if you have, as you guys have shared some links of your GitHub repo and all, we would ask you to repost it on your Twitter, tagging us so that we can spread it again, because your work and your hard work matters. Seems so good so far. Burhan, how did you started learning? Technology, basically. How did you started learning? Any programming language? What programming language you learned first?
No, I learned Java, but it has an interesting take, because the thing is, like, everyone asked me that what advice you will give to the student who are coming right now. I would say that I'm not the right person to give that advice, because I was unemployed for a year after graduating.
Okay.
So I was finding for a job and I didn't get any job for a year. So I was unemployed, and one of my friends suggested that at least if you are sitting at home, just watch this Android tutorial video. At least it will give you something. And then I started learning Android, and then I got my first job there. So
you can't say you're underemployed. You are unemployed. You can't say that. You're learning. You're prepping yourself for the next big year. You can't say that.
Yeah. No, but I realized that after 6-7 months, I guess.
It's just that you were not earning money, you can say.
Yeah?
It's just that you can say you were not earning money for a year after graduating.
Yeah. I mean, that's a good way to put it.
Okay, so you learned Java first. And how did you started with open source? Is it the community thing which introduced you that there is a big sea to dive in?
Yeah. So that was the trigger point was that event where I see a lot of people at that time, and they were just talking about it, and I was not knowing what they were talking about, and then I started that I have to do something for the community or build something which people can use.
Mm-hmm. So again, you would ask as well the audience too that come and join in the meetup, even the face-to-face meetings, because then you get to learn, network with people who are like-minded and who has a lot to share. They are happy to share as well.
Yeah.
So come guys, come up in the GDZ events, come up in the Flutter events, come up in all the tech events that you guys are interested in, because that's the platform where you can actually speak up. You might get rid of the public speaking fear if you have, because currently the market is all about bole na bol vichai. If you can speak, you are running well. If you are not able to, क्या होगा ना कि फ्रंट एंड वाला अपना काम कर लेगा, बैक एंड वाला अपना काम कर लेगा, किसी को बोलना नहीं आता, मेरे जैसा कोई आके पूरा मैदान जीत जाएगा. And I don't want that to happen in the current market, because currently we can be versatile. This is the time we can actually work on ourselves, and we can be good at a lot of things. When your vocals and your presentation skills, in your documenting skills, in your technical programming skills, a lot of ways. This is the time when you can actually make most out of it. I'm not again asking you to run the productivity contest at all. No, just try to learn beats and presses, because currently this is the time when you can make most out of it. You might get bored. So just think, if a year back you could have not. If at all you thought of working in Google like me, if at all you thought of working in Microsoft or a big company, this is the time we can actually rethink about it. If you stop thinking about it, you might get on the right path again. Great. Guys, we would be sharing this link with you. We would be sharing Burhan's Twitter handle again, so that you can catch him up again. And yeah, that's all what we have for you. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope we could ask you to, when the way we asked you to see you at 11, we quite started 5 to 10 minutes late, but I hope that we could make most of your time. We had this amazing man to share his journey, to share his learning, to share his experience with us. And yeah, that's all. Thank you so much, Burhan. Thank you, people, for joining. This was amazing again. We could have a good start to the session. Thank you. Okay, I have this dash to sign off. Thank you, guys. Thank you. Bye-bye. See you again on Sunday.